Hey everybody, this is Rydo. I am back. We are back, and we're gonna do some more Hearthstone. Uh, from my last episode, we took a lot of time playing the arena. That was Arena Part 1. This is gonna be Arena Part 2. As you can see, it has been a day since the last time I played, and they have given me some new quests. Win 2 games with a druid or hunter, win 2 games with a druid or rogue, win 5 games with a hunter or mage. It would be a good idea if I decide to do a marathon of Hearthstone today to come back and win 2 games with the druid, because 2 games will get me both of those. But hmm. But today it's all about Arena Part 2. Uh, where we're gonna see me screw up what was just amazing progress um, from the last episode. New personal best, 4 wins, uh, really skillful in my opinion selection of what was given. Really lucky in my opinion as far as cards of what I was given. Playing as a mage again. Here is your Here's the breakdown of what my cards are. How many mana crystals each one's costs. Not the best breakdown you would usually shoot for, but it has gotten me to 4 wins. As is tradition, every episode I apologize for the previous episode and move forward in the expectation that I will apologize for something I said or did in this episode in the next episode. So let me do that right now. Let me first of all apologize for my math. I said that 6 times 9 was 450. It is not. I don't have a calculator in front of me, but I did run the math through a calculator at some point and then forget the answer. So, apologize for my bad math. Trying to talk um, and play video games at the same time will just turn your brain to mush. And, you know, just being in general out of school as long as I have been in many, many years will make you forget all that stuff. And once you get older, you think you're smart, so you don't question yourself as much as I should. Me in particular, I don't question myself, which is both a blessing and a curse. Also, I of course must apologize for being boastful at the end, celebrating those 4 wins, saying I am awesome. I am going to now probably disprove that, but we're going to keep going forward, jump into some games, see if we can get this streak to go further. Only have 1 loss, so any 1 loss now will end the streak. But I would be happy with 4. I would have been happy with 3. I was just happy to have 1 because I have done the arena several times and just had 0. You get 3 losses when you start an arena challenge. I've used 2, so 1 left. Let's get into a game and hope everything works. This is the 2nd day since the new season in December that I'm recording, so there should be a lot of players on, which is a good thing because sometimes it can take a while to find a match. But it is also a bad thing if there are too many players on, because then these servers crash and go down. And we've seen that in the previous recording where it just ended the recording, and it will just probably end the recording here too. So if we ever see a timeout server crash, that's the end of that episode. Maybe I'll jump right back in and record another episode, but any crashes ends that episode. Let's see. Don't really need the secret. I like the 1-2-3 combo, but not the best card. I don't like the 1 right here, and I really don't want the 2 right there. I'm gonna keep the Wolf Rider with the charge for 3. It's a little bit risky. I am gonna be the 2nd player in this game. 2nd turn. There we go. That's what I want for my first move, is a mirror image. Mirror image gives you 2 0-2s with taunt, almost guarantees that you are going to get a couple extra turns in which they cannot attack you. Here's a good combination card to use next turn. That adds +1 attack to another enemy. So if I get them on the deck while these guys are still here, one of these guys is going to get a permanent +1 attack.
Put this apple on your head.
Well, not totally permanent, but because it could still be modified by other things. But let's see. Here's the Ice Lance that has done us very good. What I'm going to do is bring out this guy, go ahead and use this, and use this, and just hope it hits him twice. Yes. I do not like Knife Juggler. It is, every time you summon a creature with Knife Juggler on the screen, it does one random damage to one enemy minion. So, like I said, +1 attack now. And this will keep going every time I end the turn. These guys could get pretty strong pretty fast. Could, but probably won't. You have these cards, like the one he just used, let's see. It says choose one, deal 3 damage to a minion, or 1 damage and draw a card. Basically like regular cards, except for you get the choice. You get a choice between 2 things. There's a creature that says choose one, either be a defensive taunt creature or have charge and be an offensive attack creature. Permanent, see, they still have that permanent, semi-permanent boost. It was not contingent on the creature staying alive. So, I got something out of it. I would have wanted to get more. A little bit of trouble now. Let's see, what can I do? Deal 3 damage to a creature and freeze it, and then deal... if I pulled this guy out, I'd have deal 4 damage. And I think that's the best idea to do. I'm just gonna go ahead, put this guy in the middle, and give +1 spell to either one of these guys, and then end my turn. So now I have deal 5 damage and freeze it. If it's frozen, deals 6 damage. So I'm gonna deal 5 damage next turn if I can and get rid of this guy. Hopefully he doesn't attack this guy. It won't really matter if he does. But I would prefer him to attack this guy. So, in my turn without attacking at all. See how he still has a kind of advantage over me having 4 creatures to his 1. But that's what I wanted him to do.
Ready, sir.
Now we're at deal 5 damage, randomly split. But let's see. Well, let's go ahead and do this and just hope it hits this guy 3 times. There's a chance of that. No. Even if he had hit him 1 more time, I would have just cost me 2 to do that. So, it's kind of a waste. That was kind of a waste. Didn't think things through fast enough. Alright, so just gonna ignore this guy for this turn and attack the face.
Job's done.
I might want to keep this Wolf Rider in reserve just in case. I mean,
Ready for action!
I could use this guy to get rid of this guy, and it's probably a decent thought.
Where am I?
Use him, summon him, attack the face, attack the face. Still kind of feeling like I'm behind. I mean, he's still doing 1 creature that's a lot more powerful than even my creatures combined. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches his 6. 1, 3, 5, 6 less health than his. And the Ice Lance isn't a great card by itself. It needs something else to freeze. I'd hope the face. Here's the move where he's just giving himself armor. He knows he has to hit this. 2 would have killed this guy no matter what. So he just wanted that extra armor since he has some mana to spare. Alright. So whenever you play a card, gain 1/1. So the Defender of Argus gave him a taunt. He's too powerful. I guess I can just try and work my way to getting rid of him.
Where am I?
I don't want him to attack me. I don't want to spend my Ice Lance, but I think I'm going to. I don't want to take 7 damage. Plus it gives him a 1/1 for playing that 1 card. Would have been nice if I had this and like 5 1-mana cards, because then I could have get him a lot higher. This would have been a good card with the mirror taunts too. So we can now, we got rid of 1 and he just brought out another one. He is ahead of me. He is like 1 step at least ahead of me. I'll have to wait at least 3 turns to get 8 health if I was gonna even try and fight that. But he's taking control of the situation, not letting me have creatures. Look at what he's done. No creatures, no cards. Let's see. Can't be targeted by spells or hero power, okay. This 8/8, I need to do something more than just silence him. Silencing him helps a little, but it's not gonna win me this game. I need him gone. I cannot be taking 8 damage for 4 turns. 8, 16, 24, 32, that's the whole game. Just on that 1 character. Well, it's starting to feel like I'm about to lose this, so we're gonna wrap the arena. Also, in experiments, and I've gotten a little bit of feedback from one viewer, how they just watched 1 game and then called it a night. So I think even on Hearthstone, we're going to end recordings after 1 game. I mean, I said last recording I liked, or maybe even the recording before that. I mean, I'm churning these things out so fast. I said a previous recording at least that I like 3 games per episode. No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do 1 recording per game, and unless I'm doing an arena, in which case I'm not gonna cut the arenas short unless they go long. So if we're gonna just play regular ranked games on Hearthstone, I'm gonna just go ahead and end it after 1 recording, start another recording, and you're gonna get the same quantity. You're just gonna have to go between episodes. That breaks it up. That lets you watch as many as you want to watch, as long as there's some out. So as you can see here, I lost my 3rd loss like I predicted. Last time was super lucky. Maybe I shouldn't have stopped playing. Maybe I should have just powered through it and ride that lucky wave I was on. Yeah, that's so as you can see, the key is glowing now. Uh, you can't retire. You've already lost. You can't play anymore. You've already lost. So you just click the key. I mean, one thing Hearthstone doesn't do is it really explain everything on a very, very basic level. So if you just didn't know to click the key, you could sit here on this screen and be like, what am I supposed to do? I see the key's glowing, but who says I'm supposed to click on it? Got 4 wins. Usually you get 2 of these boxes. If you get 2 wins or even 0 wins, you get 2 boxes. But 4 wins got me 3. So now you click on the boxes and see what's in them. These are your prizes. So they can give you cards instead of just packs of cards. They can give you cards, and one would hope the cards that they're deciding to give you are powerful cards that you don't already have. It would be really sucky if they gave you a bad card to reward you. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to be at least gym cards. They're not going to be the basic cards. There's basic cards that you get for playing, just leveling up your characters, that you cannot get those in packs, and you wouldn't want to get them in packs because they're just the basic cards that everybody has. And then there are gym cards that you have to get through packs that let you replace the basic cards with usually better and more useful cards. Okay, so let's open the next one. Pack of cards. So I'm gonna get 5 random cards when I open this pack. Um, they may be good, they may be bad. They're not gonna be basic cards. They're gonna be gem cards, like I was just saying. Um, there's a lot of hoopla. I don't think any of it is true about order or how fast you're supposed to open these packages and such, and like that would really change it. More than likely, the server randomly determined what you were going to get as soon as you clicked the key, and this is all animations, it already knows. Alright, so bag of gold, 60 gold, and so I paid 150 to enter the arena. I got 60 back. On the face of it, that doesn't sound like a good deal, but it actually is a great deal because it costs 100 to get a pack, and you're almost guaranteed, even if you get 0 wins, that you're going to get a pack. If you don't get a pack, you're going to get some dust, and you're going to get some gold. Not guaranteed to be always worth it if you get 0 wins, but it's usually a better deal than just buying decks. Decks cost 100, arenas cost 150. Plus you get the experience of playing with different cards. If you haven't unlocked any cards, playing the arena gives you the opportunity to run into cards you've never seen, learn about them, become a better player. Okay, so we've opened the 3 here. If you get like 12 wins, I think you get like 8 little boxes. So, and there can be doubles. One could be a pack, and then one could be 60 gold, and then one could be 100 gold, and there can be another pack, and there could be 2 cards. So, if you could win 12, you want to win 12, of course. You click done, it kicks you out, and when you go back into the arena, start over again, it wants another 150. Trying to keep my gold around 750 because the last expansion cost about 750 or 700 to buy all of it, and we're about to get to another expansion. I'm not certain that the next expansion is going to cost you anything because it looks like it's just going to give you cards. But if it's like Nexramus, where it gave you several heroes to fight and challenges and new cards on top of that, it probably will cost about something. So, before we wrap up here, just show you the animation of opening a deck. I don't know. Have I talked about anything today? I don't know. I'm feeling bad about just ending the recording right now because we just started. And Have we had any conversation? No. I cannot in good conscience end this recording like that. Forget what I just said. Forgive me for being indecisive. We're gonna get into some ranked play after this. We're gonna do at least 3 games. I'm gonna get better about looking at clocks and seeing how long they run, but I want to do at least 40 minutes, 30 minutes at minimum, because if I ended it right now, we wouldn't have talked about anything. I would have just done my dumb skit about apologizing and said, hey, everybody was back, and then lost the game talking about the game, and man, that would kind of suck. I don't want to do an episode like that. Anyway, so it opened the pack here, and it gave me some cards. As you can see, they're all gym cards. They're white gym cards except for this blue one. Not very useful cards in general. Let's see. Repentance reduces someone's health, a minion's health, when he plays in a thing. Not really that good. Has charge when you have a weapon. Battle cry, deal 3 damage to your hero. Wind Fury. There is a card out there that will reverse damage and health. So if you played a demon deck with the warlock, it could be very useful to have a card that does damage to yourself, because then it would do damage to, it would heal you instead of doing damage. And you can heal, I believe, up to 30. I don't think you can get above 30 healing, but maybe you can. I don't know. No, you can't. There's another card that proves that. You can only heal up to your initial 30. There's a card that changes the hero, so he starts off at 15. He would only be able to heal to 15, but you can't get over 30. What you can do is you can get infinite amount of armor though. So you could have 99 armor. I've never seen it go anywhere close to that high, so who knows if it would roll over and be 100 armor. Maybe, maybe not. So those go into my collection automatically. And so there's some new cards. It shows these little red numbers to show you how many new cards are in your collection. So this one's a new one. I haven't had it before. You put the mouse over it, it takes away the new part. So you want to come in here and do that every now and then. This one is a new one, even though it's a fan of knives right next to the standard fan of knives. It's just the gold version. We unlocked that a couple of recordings ago. Flame Imp, that one's new because I had one already, but now I have 2. I like the interface here. It's not the most intuitive, but it is nice. Then you have your common cards here. And basically what you would want is every single card that you could possibly have, and to have 2 of them. That would be a complete collection of cards. That would give you every possibility to play anything. I thought I had this guy before. I guess I didn't. So, lots of cards I've seen and thought I had that I don't have actually. Yeah, I'm gonna just have to get back on that thought. I'm gonna have to sleep on the thought of just doing one Hearthstone recording. Definitely gonna do one Isaac recording, because unless I screw up an Isaac game terribly, it is always going to go at least 30 minutes or longer. And sometimes a lot longer. 4.5 hours once. I'm going to be talking about that for a while. I did not get any dust on that arena run at all. And I've been wasting my dust for the most part. Just trying to find these little 100 cards that only cost 100 dust to summon. Those are the lowest price cards to create. There are certainly rarer, more powerful cards that cost more. Yes, like this one costs 400 because of it. And here it shows you the color and says epic. This is really the only place that shows you that. So, I did not get over 2 of any cards, otherwise this button would be here. You have a click here to show only golden cards, and you have click here to include soulbound. Soulbound cards are the basic cards that it's kind of hiding those from the crafting mode because you cannot ever dissolve soulbound cards to dust, and you can't really craft soulbound cards, and there's no reason you would want to. You get 2 soulbound cards just by leveling up your character. Alright, so we've stayed out of the game long enough. We're gonna do some more. Let's see. Druid. We're playing as Druid. Try and get 2 wins. If we can do that, we'll call this recording done. Maybe I'll decide to do another recording after this and do some Hunter and Mage. But first things first, we gotta get the Druid 2 wins. Still working up the ranked. New season started at 23. I think last recording I said you start at 23. Maybe you don't start at 23 because I did get 5 stars because of the previous season. Maybe you start even lower. Just always get yourself up to 20 and you'll get those extra stars and start a little bit lower. The 20 is the real bottom of the game. There's just kind of a fake bottom for robots and other things that are planning on losing all the time. So they can just have robots and cheaters play cheaters and nobody ever get anywhere in the ranking system. So here's a decent trade-off. You use a coin, that gives you 2 mana, and then you play that card to give yourself 1 empty thing. So now I will be ahead of the curve always. It cost me a turn, but I really couldn't have done much else. I could have summoned this guy and put him on the field. Could have summoned this guy and put him on the field. It is difficult to figure out which of the cards are the best. Well, no, what I'm trying to say is figuring out whether having an extra mana crystal is worth losing a turn. It can sometimes be worth it, and sometimes it is absolutely not worth it. It kind of depends on your hand and your deck and just your gameplay style. I did not really put that extra mana crystal to good use this turn because I just really couldn't. But I'll be at a 4 while this one's at a 3. And I have a 4/5 with taunt now. Other thing I could have done is not given him +2/+2 and taunt. I could have brought him out. I want to keep this one because he destroys weapons, even though this hero doesn't often use weapons. So he silenced me. Not only does that take away my taunt, it takes away my additional +2/+2. This guy is a great guy to have in your deck. He restores 5 to your health, to the enemy's health when he dies. So he would have to attack 3 times to counteract the amount he's gonna restore and be useful. But he's a 1/1, and if you play right, then he'll be worth it. Let's see. I can bring him out. I think I will. Actually can't kill him at the moment. Just go ahead and hit the face.
Job's
Leave
done.
this guy alone. I can ignore him for 2 turns. He can attack me twice, and then if I kill him, it'll go right back up to 30. I don't know. I don't know about doing recordings where I don't talk about anything but the game. I figured that might happen at some point in the distant future, but it doesn't feel like an entertaining episode to me. It really doesn't. If I'm just gonna sit here and talk about the game, it feels like it would be boring. Maybe it wouldn't. Maybe I'll get feedback and people say, we really don't have any interest in what you're saying that's not related to the game, just talk about the game. Just like there was a market for
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
for players who are people who are gonna want to watch this and just mute it and see the gameplay alone. There might be a market for people that say they just want my commentary directly on the game and nothing else. It's certainly possible. On the viewership issue, I took another look at the analytics. I'm not hovering over that page and checking every day or every hour or anything, but lots more viewers. I have been very surprised by the number of people who have somehow wandered into watching episodes.
For the wild.
The numbers seem
Push
too high
forward.
to be just the people that I sent links to,
Job's done.
and nothing has been published and made public yet, so how they're finding me, I don't know, but they are finding me, and according to Google,
Embrace the
YouTube,
void.
they're watching. On hour-long episodes, it's saying people are watching on average 30 minutes. Now, at first thought, that sounds horrible. You would think you would want them to say on hour-long episodes, most people are watching hour-long. Oh. But you've got to factor in the reality of the situation. People are going to jump in and watch half of it and then call it a night.
Give me a minute.
They may come back and watch it.
If you're sure.
Watch more later. Let's go ahead and.
We must
I got
cleanse
2
the
of these
Sunwell.
guys, so I'm gonna bring them out next turn.
Oh, if you're sure.
Job's
So
done.
if half the viewers came in and watched all 100% of it, and half the viewers started at the very beginning, decided they weren't interested and quit right at the beginning, that's 30% right there. That's 30 minutes on an hour average view time. I'm a little sorry about, a little upset about people that came in and then left, but that's just gonna happen. People are gonna probably be not even looking for video games and coming to the videos just by accident. And so, no problem with that. Let's see. Euro.
For the wild.
Just bringing up stuff. Playing desperately here. Am I gonna win? Probably not. Being a little desperate. Behind the curve. I got more mana. Did it really help me? Probably didn't. While the druid is, one of its deck styles is just gain more mana, it has to be balanced out by having high mana cost creatures and stuff, and that's not really what this deck is. This guy is a pretty nasty guy. He has 0 attack to start off with, but his instructions there say his attack is equal to his health. So, in all actuality, he starts off with 5 health, he has an attack of 5. Pretty useless card in the and only gonna get more useless because I can only go up to 10. So again,
For
it's
the
just a
wild.
matter of my deck not being built around the druid very well. Probably should do an episode just on deck building, just going through every single card in the collection and rereading what they do, taking cards out and putting them in. All my custom decks, you've only seen me play as custom decks. It's actually a basic deck that you start off with the game, and that's just, you start off with whatever they give you and you don't change anything. And when you start changing it, it becomes a custom deck. All my custom decks, what I did was a little cheatery. I went online and found the website that was claiming to post
Well played.
like good custom decks for each hero. And I went online, followed those instructions, good starter custom decks, not just good. At some point he played a card, I wasn't even paying attention, that doubled his health. Doubling his health is the #1 strategy for the light spawn.
The light shall
He's
burn
at
you.
10, he's at 3, he's at 4, I have 4, certainly going to lose. Look here, when I play this, it gives me 2 more. It just kind of pushes the others. And I'll still be at 10 next turn and all that, but I'm not going to make it to next turn. We're going to just
For
get
the
rid of
wild.
this guy just out of spite. He's
done.
going to win. I'm going to good game him.
Well played.
Just to be nice.
Is someone
Well played.
injured?
These 2 cards working together are great. Because if he takes any damage, his health count goes down, she'll bring it right back up. Can't lose stars at 22, so you can sit here and lose dozens and dozens of times just for that one win and still make progress. It's not until you get to 20 that it starts losses start counting. Was kind of hoping to get to 2 quick druid wins in a row. That was definitely too much to hope for.
Malfurion versus Valera.
Yeah, I definitely need
Your back.
I must
some time
protect
just
the
to
wild.
work my way into the crazy talk. Definitely do. I mean, my mind does not start to wander until I'm a little bit into a game, a little bit, I don't know, relaxed into it would be the right term. Get rid of the
Job's
kite.
done.
Hate the kite. Also hate the fact I cannot do anything on the first turn. That sucks.
I
Desperation
hope you
play.
like my
Give me
invention.
one more card. Swipe is a pretty good card. Can't use it for 2 turns.
Mind if I roll need?
Swipe is one of those cards that never really feels as satisfactory as you want. I would want there to be 7 1-health creatures here, so I could do 4 damage to the face and kill all 7 of the creatures and just make them cry. Death, rattle, draw a card.
Oh,
At the very
if you're
least,
sure.
if you're gonna draw a card, make it be a battle cry. Don't make it be a death rattle.
Job's done.
Battle cries cannot be silenced because they trigger when it's being summoned. So unless there's some like secret that silences a creature just as he's being summoned and would not activate a battle cry, I don't know of any card like that. So as far as at the moment, I don't think you can silence a battle cry. You can silence a death rattle for sure. Not a great card, but you have 2 mana to do 1 damage. Not really a great card to have in your deck. So I have 4 and 2 Chillwind Yetis, so
Job's done.
No cards in Hearthstone that say if you have two of the same creature in your hand or something, do something. Yu-Gi-Oh would do something like that. Magic would do something like that. Pokemon always tried to be a little bit simpler, so I don't think Pokemon would do that. Although, I haven't looked at the Pokemon trading card game in a long time, if it's even still being made. So it might have
many options.
evolved its way up into being just as complicated as the other games. And I mentioned those three because those are the three I've played. There more than likely is some other collectible card games that might be worth mentioning. I just haven't played them. I don't have any experience with them. Non-collectible card games, lots of them around, and probably better if you were going to get into card games in general, that you would get a non-collectible card game to start
We
off
must
with.
cleanse the Sunwell.
There's one I want to get called Gloom, where it's a really awesome idea. You have these characters, and you try to make your character cards as miserable as possible, and then kill them off. And that's why it's called Gloom. And the way it works is that you have modifiers to your base character cards that are plastic see-through cards. So you will put a plastic see-through card on top of your base card, and it will change a picture icon of your stats. So say you have like 5 happiness, you put a card on top of that, it covers up the 5 happiness and makes it be 0 happiness. And so you play that way, trying to make your creatures as miserable as possible, and then banking it by killing them off. And you try to make the opponents as happy as possible, so you'll have cards that add 5 happiness. And so it's a very backwards way of thinking.
What to
Let's see.
do?
Deal 5 damage or 2 damage to all enemies. Let's see. Deal 5 damage, draw a card. Do I want to spend 6? I'm just gonna deal 5 damage and draw a card. That was probably a bit of a waste. I've got some good strong cards here. It's just a matter of getting them out and keeping them out. I was able to use the acidic slime ooze and swamp ooze to get rid of her dagger once. She brought it out again and put some poison in. This is a good creature, and with stealth, that's a pretty good combination. Now I cannot get rid of him very easily, and every time she plays a spell, she's going to draw a new card. Here's this guy again. Perfect. Exactly what I needed. So, stealth can't target. Sadly, I could do 4 damage and 1 damage to him, or I could do 2 damage to him, but I can't target him.
Job's done.
So, we'll throw another creature out. We gotta entice this guy somehow into attacking. Well, maybe we don't. Maybe that
Give me
stealth
a
only
quest.
lasted 1 turn. Looks like it. I wish I knew what card that was he played. Conceal. Give stealth until the next turn. Oh. Well, great. So I can attack him next turn and get rid of him. These two working together could be pretty deadly. +1/+1 for every card you play. Every card that's a spell that he plays draws a new card. And then she just... Good strategy. I mean, this is just really good strategy. Whatever card she just played to conceal again. Really good strategy going on here. I mean, I have to applaud that. I can't attack either one of them because they're concealed. I've got my defenses. I've got more health. Chance I'm gonna win, but she is scaring me. She is playing well. Really, really well. That's the kind of rogue deck you want. You want to be sneaky and backstab. I have not seen anybody play rogue this well. Look at that. Just send me back to my hand. I am falling in love with this play. Already up to 11-7. One of the cards gave her +4 attacks. Yep. not paying attention as much as I should. She may end me here in this turn, if not the next turn. 12 damage, 4 damage, 4 damage, 3 damage. Yes. Well played. That is a deserved well played. Look what that was. That was a showstopper move there. Just really understanding the cards, really having a great combination of the deck. I'm going to aspire to have a rogue deck as good as that was. That was just everything working together. There's about 3 tiers of heroes that are considered, one is considered the very easiest and most common and probably the best one for early players to play, and that is the mage. And then there are some that are kind of middle tier ones, and then there are some that are really low and early players shouldn't play them at all.
Watch your...
So we're fighting a rogue again, different player. We're gonna more than likely not see as good of a play this time as we just saw. That was a 1 in 100 play there. Not saying she got lucky. I'm saying about 1 in 100 players that you play in Hearthstone are gonna be as good of a deck, and that was really well thought through.
The pleasure is mine.
Each hero has some different greetings, so everybody has those same 6 options, but what the character actually says is different. So, gonna use the coin. You have to use the coin for something. But what I think I'm gonna do, it didn't work for me last time, but I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna put a 2-3 out, make it a 4-5 with taunt. They played the Wisp for 0. Love the Wisp. I maybe wouldn't use the Wisp in a rogue deck, and maybe wouldn't use a this guy in the rogue deck. Cheap. Good play. Got rid of my taunt and my thing. Just like the previous game, lots of cards in rogue decks that can send them back to the hand. Probably should have played this, but didn't think that through. It would be nice to draw a 3 gem card if it's useful. I love to use all the mana gems each turn. Don't want to be wasteful. Let's see. I gotta play a 2.
I hope you like my invention.
I'm gonna play this one, so maybe I'll get a 1. That's what I was hoping for. So, let's see. Gonna get rid of this guy. He'll take 1 damage. And then I'm gonna just attack this guy and take 3 damage, but 2 armor are gonna save me. Other non-collectible card games. There is a whole series called Munchkin that is just you buy the starter deck and then you can play the game right then. If you play the starter deck enough that you're a little tired of it, there's, I would say, about 8 or more expansions that you could get that are just more cards. Maybe in Munchkin you can buy the expansions and not really even need the starter deck. It was hard for me to tell that. I couldn't figure it out. Let's see. Probably should have targeted one of these guys. Leaving these guys both at 1, probably not the smartest idea. Plus he's gonna do 1 random to my face because I don't have any other enemies. What you want? Let's see. I watch, there's a series on YouTube called Tabletop, and it's gone 2 seasons now. And if you haven't seen it or heard of it, it has really opened my eyes to tabletop gaming, and that's a good thing. But in my case, that's kind of a bad thing because there's nobody in my life at the moment that has the time or the same kind of mentality that they would play a game, a tabletop game with me. It's tough when you're older and your friends are older, and they move away, they have kids of their own.
The gates are open.
The thought of having them come over once a week or once a month or ever really is just not even in the question. I highly suggest everybody go watch some episodes of Tabletop. It's very funny, it's very well produced. It stars Will Wheaton, the Wesley Crusher of Star Trek actor.
Well played.
It's on Felicia Day's channel, if you know who Felicia Day is. She gained most of her popularity doing an internet YouTube show called The League, which is a comedy about a group of... No, it's not called The... Is it called The League? I don't know. I don't remember the name of it. Anyway, she did this internet show that's really funny. It's a bunch of people playing basically World of Warcraft and acting silly.
Taste my skill for the wilds.
Might have been called The Quest. There's a very funny TV show called The League that's about a bunch of awful people who play fantasy football, and that's about the only thing that connects them together. But then they get into a bunch of shenanigans trying to win at fantasy football. And I just love it, and this is coming from somebody who hates football. I mean, it's almost gotten me to the point where I thought about playing fantasy football. That this show is just so hilariously funny. But it is TVMA in every single sense. Its comedy is 100% dirty comedy. No ifs and or buts about it. It is one of the dirtiest shows I've ever seen on TV. Yeah, I'd say it's just slightly below what Hearthstone used to be. But it's really funny, and I love to watch it. I just make sure nobody else is around when I watch it. So that's how you want to do it. 4 to the face, get rid of his one creature. Maybe this will be the turnaround. He only has 1 card. So as long as these 2 cards he has at the moment are bad, I might regain track here. I'm down to 5, but if he can't do anything for a couple turns, I still may be safe. Probably not. I've got to play this guy. Got to play this guy. This card is useless for the most part. Yeah, it's 100% useless. I needed to play that in the first 10 turns and did not. Well, not the first 10 turns exactly, just before I had 10. Now that I don't have, after I do have 10, it's useless. Having another empty mana crystal isn't going to do anything. You cannot go over 10. I don't know if that's the smartest way to do it, because the game would not change a ton if it just kept going. If it said you could have 20 instead of 10. It really wouldn't change too much, because you're still limited by the cards that you draw. As long as you're only drawing 1 card, then you're going to only be in the situation of having a set number of characters. So she saw that she saw stuff that I wasn't even paying attention to. So even though I played this one for +1/+1, I would have done enough damage to win without it. And so by playing that taunt, I turned the game around once again and won. So we need one more win to get our 10. We need one more win to get the next Druid or Hunter victory. See, they gave me the same quest twice. Win 2 games with Druid or Rogue. So let's look at this. Still not feeling like, I mean, it's been 3 recordings. We had a little bit of a chat. I was gonna do it after 1 recording. You've seen 3 games. I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna stop this recording, start another, and just keep on playing. And so you'll get twice as many episodes split up for your convenience. We're gonna probably come in here next recording and play as a rogue once, and then we've got to do 5 hunter and mages, and I think we'll do just back and forth, hunter mage, hunter mage. Maybe we'll get into another arena play. No, I don't think we will. Anyways, thanks for watching this episode. See you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.